YouTube, how's it going? I'm back with another 7-round team mock draft. This one's for the Kansas City Chiefs. They do not have a first round, but don't you worry, they got plenty of picks. Good amount of picks for a team that doesn't have a first round pick. Also, we're doing a fan voted mock draft. Link is always in the description for that. Go vote for any team, your team, whatever you're feeling. But let's get ready for this Chiefs mock here. Let's get right into it. Second round, Jessie Bates, the third safety from Wake Forest. I really like Jessie Bates going to the Chiefs. I have him graded as a first rounder. I am very high on Jessie Bates. He's a playmaker. That's really all you got to say about him. He's a game changer. You can say he's a game changer too. He'll get that interception that can just change the game, win you the game. And if he gets the ball in his hands, he may just be gone. He's going to get you good field position. He's an excellent punt returner as well. The Chiefs don't need that, but I really like his safety play. I think he can play either safety position. I honestly think he can line up at corner. This guy is very talented. He's one of my favorite players in the draft. One of my guys in this year's draft class. I like him with Barry back there. It just makes too much sense. I think he should be a first rounder, but I don't know if he goes first. Teams really don't like that Wake Forest. Offense or defense. Scouting them wise, it's not really a natural scheme on either side. You catch Bates just playing center field all by himself back there sometimes. Which I saw in Marcus Williams last year from Utah, who I had graded as a first rounder. The Saints ended up getting a little bit later in that, and he ended up being pretty darn good for a rookie. So I see a little similarities. I think Bates has more playmaking ability. This guy's very fun to watch. I like him a lot. So him on the Chiefs in the second would be like best case scenario in my opinion. On to the third round, again, I'm getting Quentin Meeks, corner from Stanford. So we're packaging some DBs. Maybe corner's a bigger need than safety. After trading Marcus Peters, I like Meeks. He could possibly go second round, but I think he'll go third. He's a technician, I should say. He's got the technique of cornerback down, which is pretty hard, rare to see. Maybe needs a little work on his ball skills. Does tend to get beat sometimes, but that's just comparing him to like the round one corners. So it's not like he's gonna get torched all the time. The reason he drops to round 3 with how good his technique is, maybe the best technique in the draft out of the corners. Because coaches prefer to coach their technique. They rather have a guy with the elite ball skills right away, so maybe he drops a little bit. But, there's going to be a coach that wants to work with him. They see his upside. The guy can definitely play. So I like him going to the Chiefs in the third round. If he's there, he could end up being a day one starter. They got a few guys that can compete over there at the spot, but they do have a need at the position. Another round 3 is Tim Settle, defensive tackle for Virginia Tech. I think he can play nose for him right away. I think this is their type of guy. I think he just fits that defense, kind of what they've been missing from Dontari Poe, and they need some upgrade on the D line. Maybe it's depth right away, but he definitely I see him fitting on the Chiefs, and I can see him playing early on in his career. So yeah, I like Tim Settle there in the third. Fourth round pick, Jannard Avery, linebacker, Memphis. This guy's really growing on me lately. Been really on the rise for me lately. Excellent player, freak athlete. You can catch him playing outside and inside linebacker. When they had him out in rushing the passer, he got to the quarterback. He didn't do it as much as some of these other guys, these first round guys in the draft, and he had just as much production. So this guy's climbing up boards. Don't be surprised if he sneaks in the third, maybe once viewed as a fifth or a sixth guy. He's the third or a fourth guy now. This guy, I don't know exactly where he's going to play. That's why maybe he goes 4. It depends on the defense. But the 3-4 here, I like him rushing the passer. But, obviously playing 4 linebackers, he easily can play on the inside. If a 4-3 team were to draft him, he would definitely play on the outside there. So, in that Chiefs defense, he can play either outside or inside. He can rush the passer. If he's used inside, he can be used in some fun blitz packages that are randomly placed throughout the game, and it's just not expected. And he has the ability to do that. He has the strength and the speed. I like Avery a lot. Round 4, Nick Nelson, corner from Wisconsin. Get another corner here. This guy's built like a slot corner. He looks like he may have the ability to play slot corner at a high level in the NFL, but he played a lot outside in college and did it at a high level. He's only about 5'10". So teams may want to slide him in, but he can play the position. We can see him during the year, the past few years, making plays on the sideline with #1 wide receiver. He led the nation with an insane amount of pass deflection. I think it was somewhere around 19-20 there, which is ridiculous. So this guy can play, just a little undersized. That's why he drops. So he's not our Chiefs corner. I think they'll like his tape. Really depends on what they do with Fuller. Do they keep him inside or they shift him outside? He was one of the top slot corners last year, but there's been reports they can move him outside. But if they get a guy like Meeks, he'll be outside. Then Nelson would be depth, but also a guy that can play in the slot right away, in my opinion. 6th round, Dylan Cantrell, wide receiver, Texas Tech. Just get Mahomes' his guy, one of his guys. I think Kiki Kute, the other Texas Tech receiver, should go before Cantrell, but they already got that style of receiver, so get this guy. Big body for how athletic he is. He can go up, make a catch. One of the best hands in the draft. I think he'd be a good red zone target, sideline target. So I think he'd be a better pro than he was in college. I figured by now we'd be starting to hear more buzz on him, maybe 3rd, 4th round, but we're really not. I'm guessing the reason why is because the depth at receiver, maybe not a bunch of top tier round 1 talents compared to usual drafts, but so much depth where he'll keep pushing guys down like Cantrell. But he's definitely good. He's definitely worthy of a better pick than this, but it's realistic he can go here, and it'll be nice for Mahomes to get another target here. Maybe he doesn't play right away, but he can early on in his career as a 6th rounder. 7th rounder, Chris Worley, inside linebacker, Ohio State. That whole Ohio State defense is good. All of them that are in this class, you expect to get drafted or have a shot somewhere. Maybe undersized for an inside linebacker, but I'm not really worried about him. I'm not really worried about those inside linebackers that are somewhat undersized. We seem to hear about them so much. They play really good in college and they drop because they're a little undersized. But I mean, being a 3-4 inside linebacker, it's not as big of a deal as going to like a 4-3 inside linebacker. So he's very good. It's hard to pick apart like who stands out in that Ohio State defense because it's so like balanced and good. I mean, there's certain players that are definitely better than others, but it's very balanced, very good. The whole squad's good there. That's in the class. So Chris Worley can add depth right away, but they're going to need that depth right away and possibly him playing early on in his career, near future. And on their last pick, Matt Dickerson, defensive end, UCLA. I think he fits right in at DN for them. I think they can use depth at the position. It's kind of scattered through the draft. Their specific type of DN, so maybe late here. I think Dickerson's definitely a 7th round prospect. Maybe a little bit of a sleeper guy that's been on the rise lately. So that'll do it for the Chiefs mock. Good amount of picks for not having a 1st rounder. I like that. The day 2, 2nd, 3rd round, and 4th round. I think some good guys will slide. We always see it. I think maybe more than usual because the depth in this class and no like a ridiculous star potential guy. I mean, there is some at the top, but not as much as usual. But there's more depth than usual, in my opinion. So maybe a little trade action. Maybe gather some more picks on day 2, early day 3, which I think they'll be fine the way they sit. But I can see it. But that'll do it for the Chiefs. We got one more. It's the Texans, but we're not done after that. We got plenty draft and NFL coverage all year around. We're just getting started with all that. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. That'll do it. Goodbye.